Today's date is Tuesday, January 13. My name's Rex Melton. The video you're about to see was taken yesterday on Monday the 12th of January at Art and Carol Ann Larson's home. And the subject of that video is Art Larson's memories and his life and his family and his personal thoughts and comments about that. And so it's a very personal video that Art has made, coming from his heart and to his family. So I'd like to just give you a few thoughts of my own about Art. I've known Art for could be 4 or 5 years now, maybe even longer. We met him through Sandy and Charlie Evans' real life group at Hill Country Bible Church, and got to know and love them. We love Art and Carol Ann, and they're like family to us as well. So we think very much of Art. He's a very special man, very sensitive, and a good sense of humor, and I've always enjoyed my time with Art. And I'd like to say a little prayer for Art and his family for right now, and then we'll go on to the video. Dear Heavenly Father, you are a sovereign God. You know everything and you can do anything, Father. And Art, we pray for Art, Father. We just pray that you help him through these times, and I pray, Father, that you'll give him wisdom and understanding, and for the doctors as well. I pray that you'll just lead them and guide them in their diagnosis and their treatment of Art. And I pray, Father, that they will select the correct treatment and medicines, and Father, you have the ability to just heal Art, and we just ask that you choose to do that. And we know that you are sovereign and that you have your own plan for this world. But Father, we pray that it would fit in your plan, that you could heal Art and let him be a testimony for you in everything that he does. I know that he already is a testimony that he loves you dearly. And I just pray that you'll be with each of his family, for Carol Ann and for Patrick and Scott and Robin and all their families, their children, grandchildren. Bless them and keep them, I pray. We ask this in Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. Hey, Art.
Hey, Brexy.
How you feeling today?
Great. It's a sunshiny day.
I got my son's $4,000 camera, $4,900 camera.
Dang. That's a beauty.
Yeah. Here's your house.
Huh? Yeah, we can use it to sell the house, huh? Yep. Let's check the mail. Ready? It's hard to talk into a machine that you're not used to, huh?
Well, I'm not. It's hard to film with a machine you're not used to either. Yeah. Got to have a picture of the dog. How you doing, huh? Are you a good dog?
Shaucy dog.
Yeah. What's her name?
Shaucy. S-H-A-U-S-H-I.
Shaucy.
Shaucy.
Where'd she go?
Here you are.
There she is.
You want to sit down and you want to give Rex a biscuit?
Yeah.
This messy old house. Here, Shaws. Want a biscuit? Have you had one today? Have you had a biscuit today? Come here, look at me.
Hmm? Have you had a biscuit today? Hmm? Huh? Have you? Tell me. What? Have you had one? Huh? No? No biscuits? Oh, come on. You can do better now. Give me a biscuit. Come on. Come on. Speak up. Chelsea. Biscuit. Oh. 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 Huh? No? She said, what's he doing up here? Oh, well. That's good.
So you got it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Are you filming?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I caught you, man.
Caught my
Caught you.
Caught me reading, huh?
Yeah, you look like a professor there.
Professor, yeah. Here's my AARP,
Yeah.
which is very, very important in these days and times.
Oh, yeah. I know. I get those, too.
Yeah. I have my glasses and...
Okay, so... What are you pointing out?
Can you get that little zit right there?
I can, yes, I can, by golly, in high definition. Turn here, let me see here, if I can find the right button.
Carolina.
There we go. Look at here, man, you're going to get more of that than you ever wanted to see. Look at, right there. Look at those eyeballs.
Uh-oh.
Give us that look, Art.
Which look?
I don't know. Don't you have a look?
No, not really. I have a smile that looks like my mother, but you know that's with my jaws and everything hanging down. So.
Oh, I thought maybe you had to take your teeth out for that.
No, not quite.
Reminds me of a joke. Anyway, what? So,
yes.
what are you looking at?
I don't know.
You look like you're looking up.
I'm looking at you, I guess, in the face instead of looking at
Maybe
the
I ought to
camera.
just turn this thing down here a little bit and see what this does.
Because I kept looking at you in your face in the camera, see, instead of now do you have
This thing's built different than that one, and it feels different, a lot different.
A lot different, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy, huh? And then that one's running too.
Yeah, I think so. Let me double check it.
It's got a little red light running. She was born on January the 2nd, so she was the first newborn in San Marcos, Texas, in 1946. So.
Boy, that is weird how you.
Huh?
It looks like you're looking down at me or up at me. Why is that?
Might put it on the pie trot and see if that works.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to because it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this off just for a second. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just bear with me. I am not the world's expert on this stuff.
I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. But my son, who is the expert, is not
Bailed out
available.
on you, huh?
Hmm?
He bailed out on you?
Yeah, he bailed on me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was born right here in Austin, Texas, so I could probably give you a lot of history on Austin. I was born before they put any I-35 in down here. It was called East Avenue at the time.
Well, there's got to be a way to loosen this thing up. Why is it not?
I don't know. This one's still running though.
Huh?
That one's still running.
Yeah? I don't know what the deal is here. Oops, I hit some kind of button.
With your thumb.
Not supposed to hit that.
Uh-oh.
It did something.
What did it do, Rexy?
Backlight, that's what it did. I didn't want backlight.
Oh.
Okay.
While you're up and running, you have it running yet?
Yeah, it's been running all along. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I need a drink of water.
Well, go get you a drink of water.
Real bad. And,
Get you a glass and just have it there.
yeah. There it is. Now you got it running?
There it is.
All right, got it straight? And
I don't know if we
got me
got
looking
it.
up or bound down?
Hmm?
Anyway, I was going to tell you a little story about Austin back when I was in high school. We always had we would drive up and down the drag, and it was Austin kind of was like that movie, the Hollywood Nights, you know, and where everybody was dragging up and down Congress Avenue and dragging up and down the drag, and we'd have our cars out, and we'd all washed them up and got them all clean and sparkly. Made them run about another 2 miles an hour faster. So anyway, one night I had my brother, my cousin who was driving the car, and me, and a guy named Barry Shook that was. We were riding along, coming down the drag, and it was right after an Aggie football game. And we had won, but they were screaming and hollering and going on. So this was back in the 60s. So we were, this buddy of mine that was sitting in the back seat, he was about 5'6", 5'5", and completely just afraid of nothing. So he jumped out of the car, ran over there, slammed his fist up against side of this guy's head, grabbed his Aggie hat, and because he was in the Corps, and the chase was on. We went flying down Guadalupe, down towards the courthouse, and we turned right there at the courthouse. And my cousin Lauren I never knew him when he was drinking, so he was drinking, and we turned right, and we never stopped at a light or a stop sign from that point forward until we got over to Lamar Boulevard. Took a left, ran on back out to South Austin. It's a wonder. I was on the bottom. I was laying on the bottom of the back seat on the floorboard, holding on. I was afraid we were going to all get killed. I don't know whatever happened to the Aggies, but that was one of the scariest moments of my young life. And probably should have
Who
stopped
was it that hit the Aggie?
Barry Shook, BarryShook. And
That name sounds familiar for some reason.
you may have known him at some time. He was with Bell's department store for years and
Oh.
years. So, but that's how we met. Was somebody had introduced us, and they were betting that who could win the street fight when we got into a fight. And so that's how we all got together, and Barry and I shook hands, took off from the party and left and went running around, and we stayed friends ever since.
But
So,
your buddy that was the Golden Gloves, his name was Buddy Steele.
Buddy
right?
Steele.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a great guy.
Well, tell us about how you got your teeth knocked out. Or...
Oh gosh, he and I were always messing around in the gym and fighting. I mean, putting gloves on and sparring together, and of course sparring is supposed to be just tap, 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 and then move in, tap, and do all the good things, the fun things. Well, it just so happened Buddy hit me. He probably would tell you a different story than this, but he tapped me pretty good, and so I couldn't help it. It was just in my blood, just a crunch, and hit him, and all of a sudden he fired one back on me, and it just hit me right square in the nose, and it knocked all my front teeth out. They chipped them, and I had to have them all ground down, and just and to get them back into where they were.
They put caps on them? Or...
No, the doctor just ground them till they were smooth.
Don't they have doesn't that expose core or pulp or anything?
Nah. So anyway, that's how Buddy and I really got to know each other, and then he would fight on fight nights, and I did a couple of times, but at school, at college, but that was
Actually boxing matches then?
Yeah, it was called fight night. We'd have
once a year they'd have the fraternities put on a big show, and some of the guys would bring in ringers, guys that were Golden Glove champs and stuff like that, and like to kill us poor novices, didn't know anything about what we were doing. One guy got hit in the stomach so bad, he hurt, he couldn't go to, they had to sit up all night at the hospital because he was hurt so bad. So that was when the the fight nights kind of ceased around Southwest Texas because he really got hurt. He was one of my fraternity brothers.
So he was kind of hurt seriously.
Yeah, he was hurt. He had his ribs had about 3 ribs broken, and they were worried about his kidneys. So that kind of shut things down a little bit for us on fight nights at Southwest Texas.
But you used to like to do that?
Yeah, it was fun. It was kind of scary at times because I wasn't real sure who I was going to be fighting or whatever, but I did a lot of, which is crazy, and Carol Ann hates it, and so, but I used to do a lot of street fighting. My brothers and I did, and it was fun.
Fun getting your teeth knocked out?
Nah, I never did get that done.
Huh?
I never did ever get that done. I'd always try to make sure I landed the first punch.
Didn't you say somebody whomped you on the head one time or with something?
Well, I
remember. It seemed like I remember that.
Some guy. We were at the right after a football game, and of course I was at Southwest Texas, and I played the band, and if you could see our uniform without the coat on it was like a big sissy guy. He's running around with suspenders coming down, and his top of his pants are way up here, and so we were in a Thunderbird, which didn't have a top on it at the time, and so we were at Carson's restaurant, and we were kind of cruising around it, and these guys started a fight with us and calling us all kinds of nasty names, and so I got out, and I was going to hit this guy with my tuba mouthpiece. If you've ever seen that, it's nothing but just a big piece of brass. And so he saw it before I got out good, and so anyway, I dropped my mouthpiece on the ground, and it ended up knocking him out up against a pole, and he went ding, 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 ding as I hit him. He kept hitting him going down, So his buddy, I didn't see him. He was coming in from the side, and I thought my buddies were taking care of me, which was Jay Goodman and Johnny Piercy, and man, I got hit up the side of the head so hard that I thought I was going to see stars for about 2 or 3 days.
Great fun, huh?
Oh, it was fun, yeah. But you used to do some karate work, didn't you, Rex?
Yes, because I hated fighting. I wanted it to be over with as quick as possible.
Well, that's what I would do too. I only got hit a couple of times really bad.
I got picked on a few times, and I just got tired of that. And so I took karate so to make these things go quickly.
Mm-hmm. And did it help?
Oh yes, it absolutely did.
Yeah.
I took it 4 years.
Yeah.
I was a 4th up brown belt.
Great. I'd like to have done that.
Yeah.
It probably would have been.
It was good. We did it. Me and another guy did it just to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then once we started, neither one of us would quit unless the other guy would quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so none of us quit. And then he finally quit his job and went to become a police officer.
So then
we worked at the same place, Donnelly Mears, up in Holland, Michigan. And
so that helped him in his police work.
Yeah, well, he became a policeman.
Yeah.
And his name was Bob, or Russell, his last name. Bob Russell? No. I can't think of his first name now. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know. I don't know why I ever got started doing that, because I think it was just because my daddy and his brother, Judd, and them were always talking about him getting in fights at the racetracks and stuff, and my brothers and I always thought it was cool, what they did, and so
I almost had to start a fight in order to get the guys to get off of me.
Really?
When I started driving stock car.
That's where this all.
Yeah, every race they'd come over to me after the race and come over to me and say, and they'd give me this hard time about how I caused all the accidents, which was true.
True.
But anyway, they would give me this hard time, and they'd every stinking race. And finally, I got sick of it. So this guy come over, he started giving me a hard time. I grabbed a tire around and I said, all right, let's go at
Let's
it.
get it.
Oh, no, man. No, that's cool. It's just, I just hate it when you get in front of me or behind me. Because I know I can't outrun you. And I know you're going to hit me.
He was right.
He was right. I wasn't much good at first.
Yeah, well, Judd was that's how he got started. He was in stock car racing and stuff, and then he went to midgets, and then he raced all over Texas, and then he got started. Then he raced all over the Midwest, and
did he have
got in
sponsors
sprint car.
then?
Yeah, he finally got some really good sponsors, you know, that helped him a lot.
I would think running an Offenhauser engine, that thing is
Yeah.
not cheap.
Yeah, he raced for Firestone. He raced for oh gosh, there were several. Bold Seal Fast, which was a company that helped with tire repair and all that different kinds of things. So he got some really good sponsors. He raced in Indianapolis twice and came in 10th once, and I don't know what the other rating was. And he got killed in Reading, Pennsylvania, in a big sprint car race, which is just like the car that I showed you over here earlier on the.
Yeah, those open wheel cars like that, they don't have much protection.
No, they didn't back then, any at all, hardly. I mean, just a barely little roll bar, and he spun out and went up over the tire of another race car driver, and killed him. And then Judd ended up going end over end and went over onto the railing and
into the crowd.
Well, he didn't go into the crowd, but he got into the on the railing, and it basically decapitated him. You know, as he was running. So
I'm sorry.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was. But he was good.
Yeah.
He was one of the first guys that used his sliding into a corner, you know, with the left front wheel up in the air, and he would come into on the dirt tracks and full slide, you know, and use that as part of his being able to pick up the speed of coming out of the next turn and stuff. So he did a good job. Yeah.
So was he quite a bit older than you?
Yeah, he was my daddy's brother.
Okay.
So he's probably 25 years older than I was.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So when did he do all his racing? What years?
In the 50s, or early 50s on up through 70.
He raced that long?
Yeah.
20-some years?
Yeah. He had a heart attack and stopped racing for a while and went to work for Firestone as a test driver for tires and stuff, and then came back after his heart was better, and did just that. He loved it. He couldn't get it out of his,
I know, it gets in your blood.
It's in your blood, and just smell that alcohol and the rubber burning and all that stuff. It's sweat and ankle bones burning from the alcohol being down in the boots, and
I never had that happen.
Yeah, he in the midgets is where it was really bad. He somehow or another they'd catch on fire down inside the cockpit and down in the, and you don't know it's even burning because you
can't see it.
Can't see it burning, and so he had a lot of burns on his legs and stuff from where he was, because the exhaust manifold and stuff was running right alongside him, and they would catch on fire and just broil him.
Fun.
Yeah, just like fighting, fun. Anyway, that's his career kind of in a nutshell.
So was that Volkswagen you built? Was that the only car you built like that, or
yeah?
Tell us about the Volkswagen.
Well, we did two of them. I mean, I didn't do the motor work or anything. My brothers all helped me with that. Gene especially, and then Terry was going to build this race car, and they had brought me down a frame with 56 model frame and body and everything, and gave it to me for Christmas one time, or for my birthday. And it sat in the yard for a while, just like any other pack rats. We get them, start packing stuff up. But it took 4 years to build it, but it was a really, really nice car. And we went down to the bone with it. It just...
So you said you put a 59 frame under it?
A 68 frame.
68 frame.
Yeah, which gave us the stabilized rear wheels, and then we put...
Are those all interchangeable, the frames?
Basically, yeah.
Wow, you have to do
from the early ones on up to the later model.
Just bolt right on. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and then the nice thing about it is also the front ends would bolt right on as well. And so if you had a frame that a front end like a Carmen gift for a front end that you would want to put in there because it has disc brakes and stuff on it, then you could just swap those out. And it was a fairly easy swap from what my brother said. So he did all the major work for me for it on it, so.
So what color was it?
It was just black, and it was done in lacquer, and then the interior was a really, really nice tan interior.
Tan? Wow, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was sharp.
Did you have big tires on it?
No, just ran Michelin's all the way around, small ones on the front, a little bit bigger in the back. And just it was a really nice little car. Should have never got rid of it. But just it's one of those things,
Why did you sell it, or when did you sell it?
We were living down the valley, and it almost got stolen twice, and I should have just brought it up here to Austin and let my brother store it for me or something. But anyway, we ended up bringing it up here and we sold it.
That had how many horsepower was it? You said
it was about 130. Let's see. No, I know the CC was 130, so it was about
it's 2000 cc.
2000 cc, yeah. Right. So it's about 130 horsepower.
About 130 horsepower.
Yeah.
Wow. And you had Weber carbs on it?
Yeah, dual 40 Webers, 44s.
44 millimeter?
Webers. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And light and flywheel, completely. The motor was blueprinted and balanced, and the heads were all redone, and so it was quite a bit. It had 44 buckets as well. In other words, the pistons, I think, were 44s. So it opened it up quite a bit.
Did you have high compression pistons in it then? Yeah. Wow. So you used to race Corvettes with it?
Oh, Corvettes or 440.
Oldsmobiles?
No, those little Plymouth Super Bs.
Oh, the 440 Plymouth, the Chrysler products. Yeah.
Just anything that would want to run up beside me and and do it.
So you do pretty good with them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We very seldom ever. We never did ever, lose a little street race, which was dangerous as it could be. But anyway, we race from light to light.
Oh, that was the way it was in those days.
That's right.
I mean, we did that. That was a big thing. We'd go out and find somebody who wanted to race, go out to the highway and race them, and come back.
Well, we'd race right there on down the drag. I remember one night I raced a guy right down the middle of the drag.
Guadalupe, you mean?
On Guadalupe, right there, right in front of the University of Texas Tower.
They didn't have all those stoplights then, did they?
No, but they had a lot of them. We should have never done it. It's a wonder we didn't kill somebody.
Did you ever take it to a track to see what it would do?
Yeah, we did, and I left the sticker in the glove compartment. But let's see, I think it was in the 16s is what I ran on it with it. Which is it was real quick off the line, but it did, as you got into the higher speed, just the aerodynamics of it just wasn't that.
Just kind of ran out of steam at the high end.
Well, it ran in a quarter mile. It ran 90. I I think it was 96 miles an hour.
Well,
So
it's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm. Not for a Volkswagen.
Yeah, I'm thinking it probably ran quicker than that.
Well,
If you ran 16 seconds in the quarter
well,
mile.
it may have, Rex. I can't remember.
Yeah, I bet it
Yeah.
did. I bet you were more like in 13-second
Yeah.
range, around 96 mile an hour.
Yeah,
I'm just comparing it to my old 37.
yeah.
When I started out, I had that 409 in there,
Oh, yeah.
and my first run was 13:10 elapsed time, and I think it was about 109 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And so
I can't really remember. It's the first time I'd ever gone down the track, so my knees were knocking and everything else was knocking, so it scared me to death.
I let a guy, one of my friends, when I still had the 409 in it, in my 37, and this guy used to go to the races with me all the time. He helped out. Well, he wanted to try it out one time, and I had these dark tinted windows in the car, and so his name was Doug, and I let him get in the car, and he strapped in, put the helmet on and everything, and he was just having this awful time getting up to the line. And what is wrong? What's going on? Is he having some kind of mechanical problems or what?
Yeah.
It was just, you're jerky and everything, and couldn't get to the line. So finally I went over, I opened the door and looked at him to see what was wrong.
He's passed out.
No, his eyes weren't even tracking. They were, one eye was this way, and I looked down at his legs and they were just shaking. And he took off. I should have
never let him go, yeah.
He took off and he went down the track, and he was probably going maybe 40, 50 miles an hour, and he went to go to second gear, and he hit reverse.
Oh,
and I could hear those big 10-inch slicks locking up, and the thing actually went in reverse.
Oh, mercy.
And he's all over the track.
Oh, yeah, I should have never let him drive it.
That was the last time he ever drove it.
No, I can imagine.
The look on his face when I opened that door, his eyes were like glazed, and they weren't even tracking.
Yeah, the only time I ever knocked any gears out of that Volkswagen was Carol Ann and I had gotten in an argument one night. We were, which, liquor helps.
Oh, come on. You guys never argue anything, do you?
Once or twice.
Married 44 years and you actually argue?
And I was going to jump it into reverse and take off, and I guess I must have hit second gear, and just knocked out everything from second to, I had to take off in first gear, and then take off, and then shift it down to fourth gear to be able to get home. And just stripped every gear out of it.
The engine have changed that, don't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. My good friend who still builds Volkswagens
Is that right?
today. Yeah. You ought to go out there with me sometime. You'd love.
I will.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah,
See his cars and stuff.
That'd be great. I'd love to do that.
Yeah. He builds transmissions for people all over the country. He's got a nice place.
Where is that?
It's out at by Hutto.
By Hutto? Oh, let's take a drive out there sometime.
Yeah. I have to get a hold of Gene so I can remember where it's at. I haven't seen it in a while, but he's just a guy who's got some really fine looking little cars. Yeah.
Well, what are some of the other life interests? I mean, things that get your blood pumping, it's throughout your life that you remember.
Well, gosh, lots of things, I guess. I used to love to ski and water ski. And
yeah, I didn't write that one down.
Yeah, I love to. We lived right up on the lake anyway, and so we had a good time doing that. And
what, on Lake Travis?
Yeah,
Lake Travis.
Lake Travis, and
you lived on the lake?
Yeah, we did for a while, about I guess 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, this was you and Carol Ann, or
yeah,
a house out there?
Well, we had we bought. I mean, her dad was generous enough to give us a cabin that he had up on Lake Travis, right next to where her grandmother lived, and so we lived up there for a while. And we didn't have a boat when we were there. It was only after we left there we had boats. and we sold the house, sold the cabin, and moved to San Antonio. And then when we came back, well, we had a boat, and we
What kind of boat did you have?
It was this little tri-hull Evinrude, 80 horse.
Went pretty good then, huh?
Yeah, it ran good. We skied and everything with it. And, well, I really learned to ski was with this buddy of mine named Barry Shook. We used to go out every day after classes in college and really got into it.
He was the one that clobbered the Aggie?
Yeah. And he was crazy. He'd do anything. We'd be flying along up there on the lake, and he'd spray people, and he was insane. That's all I have to say. I could tell you hour on after hours of stories about him. It was crazy. I don't even know whether he's still alive or not.
So what? Just tell me one of them.
Oh gosh.
I don't want to put you on the spot. But
well,
has to be family oriented.
No, yeah.
Of course they all are, right?
Yeah. We were, Austin was fairly, just kind of getting under, doing all this crazy stuff back, when we were in my freshman year and sophomore year of college, and I mean, I know that there was no I-35, whatever. When I was in high school.
There was not an
No,
I-35?
There was an I-35, but then it was in junior high that they started building it, and they called it East Avenue back then.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's a little bitty piece of East Avenue right there off of East First or Cesar Chavez. Then all the way on up to Brackenridge Hospital, where that's at now. There used to be kind of an island in between there, and people had a gazebo, and people would come there and picnic and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like the old days,
Wow.
But anyway, we were, where was I?
You're talking about Barry
Oh,
Shook
yeah.
and boats. And,
Back then it was when they first started the Aqua Fest.
Oh, yeah.
And
He had boat races.
yeah, and they had the boat races and stuff down on Town Lake and all that stuff. And so we were down where they were building the floats, and we were looking for this one particular guy, and Barry we'd gotten in a kind of a fight with them earlier in the day.
Oh, so you were looking for
So we were looking for him again. So we
fun.
It was actually me that was looking for him, and so he was. We saw him muddling around in the crowd, so we got Barry got on one side of him, I got on the other side, and he was asking one of his friends, "You seen that Larson guy?" Or went through all that mess, And I said, tapped him on the shoulder, and then he saw who I was, and so I just elbowed him right in the chin, and he went down. And this other guy that was with him was a big, tall guy. He's about 6'5", and Barry was about 5'5", 5'4".
Oh.
And so Barry grabs the guy and starts pushing on the insides of his eyes, and and the guy put put his thumb into Barry's mouth, and Barry bit his thumb off. And
Bit it off?
Bit it off.
You're kidding me.
No. So they had to go to the hospital and try to get it all sewed back on again. So it was quite a night.
Well, sounds like so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. We'd go home and talk about it, And,
yeah, man, I bit that guy's thumb off. Oh.
We were at House Park one time. We got thrown out of that. That was the little football field down where Austin High used to be. Barry got into it with this guy and almost threw him off the top of the stadium. He was up there, which could have been bad. Could have killed the guy.
Gee, time flies when you're having fun.
Oh,
right?
I'm telling you. But good thing they didn't have guns like they do now. A lot of the guys. But anyway,
Man,
I kind of Probably ought to shut this one down. I don't want my kids hearing all these stories. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
well, tell me about how you met Carol Ann.
Oh, that was fun.
Where were you at the time when you met her first?
Well, this friend of mine that
yeah,
was kind of a semi roommate or whatever, borrowed my car all the time. He had this friend that his girlfriend knew Carol Ann and this other girl that wanted to go out with one of us, and so we got hooked up by blind date, and they came down to my house in Austin. We were all living in San Marcos at the time because that's where Carol Ann, lived and went to school and stuff. So anyway, I didn't want this other girl. She was a little rail job. She was probably, her legs
like
were
a
probably,
slingshot dragster.
Right, exactly. Her legs were about the size of a toothpick, and Carol Ann's were a little bit bigger. They were about the size of a matchstick, so it didn't. Anyway, they were thin little gals, So I wanted Carol Ann as my date that night. So I flipped a coin with this guy and won. Thank the Lord.
I wonder if the Lord had a handle on that
I
coin.
think he had a whole. I think he turned that coin right over for me. I really do. Carol and I have talked about that several times, and so we went out and.
What did she think about that? It was
I don't know.
a product of a coin toss.
She didn't particularly like me at the first time she met me. She kind of thought I was a cocky frat rat, and
No, can't understand that.
she thought that I was not, but she we liked each other, but it was just one of those funny, relationship that, and I didn't call her for about a week, and that really upset her.
They mean after the date?
After
first?
the date, yeah.
Well, what'd you do on your first date?
We went dancing and kind of went parking for a little while, but it was not a good thing for a first-timer and a guy that was going with a girl for 6 months or so to go parking.
Oh.
It kind of made things uncomfortable, And plus we had that other couple with us, so it was
A little crowded, huh?
Yeah. So I
There's
think,
a lot of time for small talk. Huh?
yeah, it really was. But she had really, really pretty legs and real pretty mouth, and
That's all you remember, huh?
But we had a great time, and I, for some reason, I don't know why I didn't call her back or anything for a while, and I saw her drive by the dorm a couple of times. I lived in the dorms back then, and she'd drive by, and so then I'd start leaving her notes on her car, and thank goodness her daddy didn't, drive up. Drive, by when I was writing the notes. But anyway, that's how we it was kind of a little romance going, and I asked her out again, and I'd see her car on campus, so I'd go by and write notes on it, and
So when did you know that she was the one for you?
No, it wasn't long. It was probably about, I guess, 6 months into the dating time.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a little shorter than that. I don't know. We had a wonderful time dating.
Yeah.
Too much fun. It's how we flunked out.
Her dad didn't like you. You said he was a professor.
It wasn't that he didn't like me. He just didn't particularly
Trust you.
He didn't particularly trust me. Yeah, he left me a real nice note on my car one time. The lady across the street from where they lived, I had dated her daughter. Well, then she had seen my car over there whenever Caroline's daddy was down at the hospital. I told you her mother had kidney surgery, and saw my car over there while he was down at the hospital. who's going to see this? I thought that
Heaven knows, man. We're going to put it on YouTube.
Okay, but anyway,
Thousands.
he told me that
Millions.
we have those stallions that run up, you know, that.
No,
that
I'm
are
just
on-
kidding. We aren't going to put this on YouTube.
On the campus. They have those stallions, the horses, you know, that they have fighting up there, and he left me a note saying that if he caught me over there with at the house when he wasn't home, down to see Carol Ann's mom at the hospital, that he would what do you call it, castrate me and hang him from those horses from up on the campus, you know. So that's when I first found out he wasn't really fond of me.
He wrote that in a note?
Yeah, a letter and put it on my car. I wished I still had that.
Yeah.
That'd be a classic. But,
I remember when I was a kid, about 5 years old or so, I had a bounty on my head.
really?
Yeah. One of my friend's dad was going to pay a quarter anytime they saw me. Go tell him. I guess I did some things that irritated him. I won't go into that.
Right now. Well, I shouldn't have gone into that a little bit. It was, but he didn't particularly care for me, and it wasn't anything I'd done. It was just that lady had to be a, you know, stool pigeon, and probably because I didn't come back and date her daughter again.
Oh yeah, so she.
I didn't do it on purpose, but this girl had invited me to a prom, senior prom at the high school, and I didn't show up.
Oh.
And I had just flat forgotten about
What
it.
do they say about a woman scorned?
Oh, mercy. Her daddy was one that was really angry with me, so.
Yeah, they probably went out and bought a prom dress and everything.
They bought, you know, real
That's a
nice
big deal, isn't it?
boutonniere. Yeah, and they had all this stuff set up for us. So, I mean, it was a big party at the country club type place there, and I just flat just didn't go.
So what did you do?
I don't know what I did. I just don't remember until I saw her daddy on the street corner one day, and he wanted to kill me. He said, you have just ruined a young lady's life. I said, what are you talking about? And because I had called her and she wouldn't talk to me, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then finally I found out through her dad that I had just forgotten about it.
Well, I think maybe the Lord had a hand in triggering that memory, huh?
Probably so.
He wanted to steer you toward Carol Ann anyway.
Yeah, guess so. But yeah, she died at a very early age. That girl did. Breast cancer.
Oh.
Terrible. But anyway, that's about it, Rexy.
That's about it. That's the end. That is all of your life.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what about?
Oh, I've got a lot of life. But
What were some of the other things that really got your blood pumping?
oh gosh.
I know you had some things. You told me music.
Well, music.
Baseball.
Baseball was my favorite.
What was baseball?
Yeah, I mean, as far as what I did during the summers and stuff like that, and played, you know. But I enjoyed music. I enjoyed playing in the band. And, you know, we were the orchestra pit for the Strutters, you know, at Southwest Texas. So we went on a lot of trips, you know, New Orleans and places like that, Houston, different places, you know, as the orchestra for the Strutters, you know.
Huh.
That's what they called us.
Why did they choose that name, Strutters?
Because I don't know, the Strutters, the Southwest Texas Strutters.
Yeah.
They were the girls that did the dancing, you know.
Okay.
And looked like they were strutting, you know. And,
Okay.
And so that's how they got their name. And they were a new thing there at Southwest Texas too. The band was, so it was you know. They changed from Southwest Texas State Teachers College to Southwest Texas State College, and then they changed it to Southwest Texas State University, and then they changed it to Texas State now, University.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's changed a lot.
Yeah. Wow.
So
So you said you almost graduated. You lacking like 4 credit hours?
12.
12 credit hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It took me 25 years to get my degree.
Really?
At least, yeah. I started at Hope College. I went to 1 semester at Hope College in Holland, Michigan. And then later on I picked back up. Well, I went to Grand Rapids Junior College for 1 semester, and then I went to Grand Valley State Colleges for about 2 years. Oh, I went to Laternal College in Longview, Texas for a semester. And then I came to Austin, and then I finally graduated from St. Ed's University. It just
That's
took
a good
forever. And I lost so many credits.
I know that's what would have happened to me if I tried to go back. I would have been there for another 5 years. I need to make an exit real quick here, Rick.
Okay, let's just put everything on hold.
You do that down at, when I go down to California. He's going to take some film and stuff too. So
See, I don't know if we were talking about the Strutters. Was that where we were?
well, that could have been. I mean, I thought that. Yeah, I guess it could have been. Yeah, the Southwest Texas State Strutters were a group of ladies that danced and did the halftime shows and stuff like that. And they traveled with us as in the band, as the band.
So this was before you got married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was married. I still played in the band after I was married.
Okay.
So, but
And you played, what'd you play?
tuba,
Tuba.
sousaphone,
Sousaphone.
low brass.
What's low brass?
Well, just anything that's like trombone or baritone
big
stuff. The
thing?
bigger horns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you march in the band too?
Yeah, that's what we did. I played in the inaugural parade of Lyndon B. Johnson whenever we
Wow.
inaugurated him, and
So did you?
yeah, I was freezing to death down there. They're going to be doing the same thing whenever they inaugurate
Obama.
because it's going to be freezing cold down there. My mouthpiece, I'll show it to you after a while.
Were you in Washington D.C. when you did
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
You went there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that January 20, right?
Right.
Wow.
And it was
That was a good time of year in that
No,
part
it
of
was about 14
country.
degrees, something like that.
Oh, jeez.
And we had to keep our mouthpieces warm, blowing them and stuff, just because it's a big piece of brass is all it is. They started making tuba mouthpieces and some of the bigger mouthpieces out of plastic.
Yeah. I can imagine
material.
your lips could stick to it.
It did. Mine did several times, whenever I was playing when we were marching. But we stopped right in the middle of the inaugural deal, and where he was going to make his speech, and we played there for 5 minutes or so, and the Carol Ann's dad, they were watching. This is when they had the black and white TVs, it didn't have any color TVs, but anyway, I stopped. My position was I stopped right in front of where the camera was on me for a long period of time, and her daddy got pictures of me on off of the TV onto the,
Cool.
me sitting there playing. Yeah, it's worked out really nice. We got to see the Arlington Cemetery, and
My grandfather's buried there. My great-grandfather. No. It's my grandfather on my dad's side.
I'll be there.
And we went and looked at it and found his grave.
I bet that was hard.
That was a hard.
That's what I was
Took
gonna
us
say.
about half a day to find it.
That's what I was gonna say. It probably took a long
Oh
time.
man, we had a hard time finding. We finally did get there and found it, but man, it's
We went
a
up to
big deal.
we went up to the museum. The famous museum. I can't think of the name of it right this second.
The Smithsonian.
Smithsonian.
Oh yeah, we did too.
Man, there's just so much to see there.
Oh, yeah.
You could spend weeks there and
Yeah,
never see it all.
yeah.
people probably every day there that live there go by there every day, and don't, you know, just like here at Texas, you don't. I bet you that half of the people who live here in Austin have never been to the Capitol building.
Well, tell me something about your baseball. You said you liked baseball.
Yeah, I played baseball from the time I was, say, 11 or 12 years old on up to, well, stopped playing softball about 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. And so I played, you know, until I was in my 60s.
Holy moly.
But I didn't, I haven't, I mean, I would still play if I wasn't in the condition that I'm in right now, you know, because I love playing, so especially you can play senior league softball and still have a lot of fun doing it.
What do you like about it?
I just love the competitiveness, the just being able to.
You like the fact that you're outdoors, or
no,
is it?
It's not that so much
as
as
it's competitive.
just playing and playing hard, and you know, I never did play football, and my parents would never sign for me to play, so I never did get to play that in high school or college. So, which is I think
played football for 1 week.
You didn't like it. Huh?
I didn't like football. It hurts.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'm surprised you lasted in the karate thing as long as you did.
No, I got good at karate. I did not like football.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to try out for it when I was in junior high school, and the coach came home and asked. I did it without their permission, and I stayed out there and worked out with them for about a week, and then the coach came over to my mom and said, I want to get he just lived right around the corner from us, and he said, I want to get you to sign this permission slip for him to play football. And she said, no way. And my dad wanted me to play, but he had the Roosters, the roost. I mean, she had the root of
She
the
ran
roost.
the roost, huh?
That's right. So I didn't get to ever play, but I sure wished I had, because all the guys I played baseball with and stuff were playing, and I was as fast or faster than them, and you know, just as strong, but just, you know, just.
Can you remember anything that sticks out of your baseball playing?
Yeah,
Tell me a story.
My sophomore year, I lettered all 3 years in high school. So when I was a sophomore, we had a minor league team here that was called the Austin Pioneers, and it was like it was a league to get people into the bigger leagues. And so they had a full-size baseball field and everything. It was just like out at where the Astros have their farm team. And anyway, we played, the first game we played out there was on that field. I mean, it wasn't a regional. I mean, it was just a regular game. It wasn't count for district or anything like that. But anyway, I was so excited. You know, it was a beautiful field, and I knocked a home run the first time I was up the bat.
Wow.
Out there, and it, big old tall green fence, you know, and I was all puffed up, you know, and I was really excited about that. And so, and then another one was just the opposite. Is that I was in. We played a lot at House Park, which is at the old Austin High School area, and there's still a House Park football field there. And we had this huge field for baseball, and it would go out, you know, all the way to about 500 feet out to the fence. And if you knock it over any of the guys, you know, which you could do if they weren't expecting you to knock it over. But I hit one over in right center and went all the way to the fence, and I I missed first base as I was coming around. I was so excited, and I just didn't tap it. And I got all the way around, and they threw the ball back over the first, and he's out of there. And I said, what? You know, and the coach is all mad at me.